When Julia and her husband Alex moved into an old apartment on the outskirts of Washington, they were happy. A spacious 3-room apartment, a godsend. But there was one nuance. The realtor, slightly lowering his voice, said, "An apartment with history." The last owner disappeared. She just went out one night and never came back. Her things were left behind, the documents, everything. "We don't mind if you close off the 3rd room, the one with the balcony. Sometimes there are drafts there." They didn't pay any attention. The first month passed calmly. Tanya settled in, kept a blog, did some repairs. But every evening a creaking sound came from the closed room, as if someone was walking barefoot on the parquet. Alex explained, "An old house. The boards were loose." But Tanya felt someone was there. She tried to open the door. The handle turned, but it was as if something was holding it from the inside. Too loud for a draft. One night, she was awakened by a knock, even like a finger on glass. Knock, knock, knock. She got up. The hallway was dark. In the room with the balcony, a crack under the door glowed. White moonlight. "Alex, do you see that?" she whispered. He was sleeping, deeply, almost as if unconscious. Julia took the phone and came over. The light went out. Silence. In the morning, she talked to her neighbor downstairs. Grandma Grace, an old woman, was shaking hands. She turned pale. "Why did you move in there? After all, she is there." "Who is she?" Grandma crossed herself. "Lily. Young. Lonely. Lived there before you. Wrote poetry. Talked to someone at night. And then she started saying that her copy lives behind the door, that the mirrors don't obey her, and that there's another her in that room. A month later, she disappeared, and before that, she asked everyone not to open that door. Never. The next night, Julia heard rustling again, this time from inside the wall, as if someone was crawling on the wallpaper. She grabbed her phone and went into the hallway. In the voice recorder app, she turned on the recording. Quiet. Then, a whisper. "Let me in. I'm not her. I'm real. She locked me in. Let me in." Julia froze. The whisper was coming from inside the room. But the voice, it was her voice. She opened the door. The room was empty. Only the old chandelier was swinging. On the floor was a mirror covered in cracks, and in it was a reflection. It moved differently than Julia. She raised her hand. The reflection lingered for a moment and then smiled. Unnatural, wide. "Finally," it said. The mirror flashed and everything disappeared. In the morning, Alex woke up alone. Julia seemed to have been erased. The phone was on the table. The door to the room was closed. He went to the police. They put him on the wanted list, to no avail. A week passed. Alex, not believing it, opened the door again, and in the room was Julia, sitting by the window, pale, saying calmly, "Where have you been?" "I've been here all the time. Didn't you hear me calling?" He rushed to her, hugged her, cold like ice. And then, on the wall behind her, he saw a shadow, not hers. The shadow was smiling, and behind him, the door closed by itself. Now people live in that apartment again, new ones. The 3rd room was painted in warm colors. They hung the curtains. But every night, exactly at 3:13, a second reflection appears on the wall. And if you look closely enough, you can hear, "It's not me. She locked me in. Help." But if you open the door, there's only room for one.